There's always one person that everybody forgets about in the shuffle of NBA history, any position, but for the center position, we always forget about David Robinson, the Admiral. Played for the Spurs, rings a bell. Played with Tim Duncan, didn't get a ring until he got with Tim Duncan. Yeah, you probably don't remember him, but he was a different type of a beast. And it's crazy how people always forget about David Robinson. He dropped 70 before. He had crazy numbers. And he didn't win until, of course, Duncan got there. But at the end of the day, he was carrying his team by himself, and he didn't have much help. But he has put up monster numbers throughout his career. He actually was in the Army before he actually went to the NBA. He got drafted. And he didn't make it. He got drafted in 87, and then he didn't make his debut until 1989 because of his Army requirements. So he didn't come into the NBA until he was 24, and he still came in putting up big numbers, 24 and 12 his rookie year. Won the Rookie of the Year. He led the league in scoring. He actually had to edge out, I believe it was Shaquille O'Neal for the scoring title. And the last day of the season, it was like neck and neck the whole season for them. And David Robinson went on to score 71 points to edge out Shaq for the scoring title. So, to put in perspective how much of a beast David Robinson was, right now I can't even find an NBA comparison for him because of how agile he was and how built he was. Able to dominate the post. He had a nice touch around the rim. He had a nice turnaround jumper. He was able to run the floor. He was so strong and athletic. And then right now, I can't even find an NBA comparison for him because he was 7'1", 235, able to do a lot of things on the floor. He led the league in blocks, he led the league in rebounds, scoring, championships, Defensive Player of the Year, MVP, All-Rookie Team, 8-time All-Defensive Team. And then it's like all these accolades that he has accomplished, and we always forget to mention him in the best centers conversation. But it is a lot of great centers in the history of our league, especially in the 90s, in the 80s, and the 70s, and of course the 60s. But then David Robinson came in, 89, and then the 90s he basically just kind of took over. But we never talk about him as, like a top 5 center all time, which he probably is, based off pure skill. And he's definitely one of the best centers of the modern era, undoubtedly. But for the people who don't know about David Robinson, go ahead, do your research about him and look him up. You'll see how amazing he really was. Or you could watch the video I have of him to see how much of a force he was.